Check my phone to make sure we are live. I think we are. Nope, not yet. Okay, bingo, we are live. Let me close this. Okay, cool. Let me do this one more time here. And bingo. All right, so Dr. Deldar, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations for being one of UIGI's newest Millionaire Circle earners. It's a big deal. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wonderful. And then I want to appreciate your patience because, we had to move our interview around because we were supposed to do it the other day and just some things got crazy. So I want to thank you for your patience. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. So let's go ahead and jump into this thing. First of all, for those who are watching, this is Dr. Mike Deldar. He'll tell you a little bit about his profession and what he does, but he's one of UIGI's newest Millionaire Circle earners. Now, Dr. Mike and I, we've communicated multiple times through texts and inboxes and things of that nature. Stand-up guy, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited for his friends and family, and folks who decide to join his journey with him to make some extra money with United Investors Group. And for those who are out there listening, I want to make this real clear. We're not, we don't do life insurance. We don't give financial advice. We're not financial planners. We don't do hedge funds. We don't do stocks, bonds, none of the above. We're a social club where, we introduce friends to different things because friends show us some stuff. And, Dr. Mike was introduced by his friend, Andre. And that's what we do. We share things over, a cup of coffee, a barbecue, Top Golf, you name it. And that's why we're here today. And because of our platform, our social group, there've been a lot of people who make a lot of money. People do extremely well for themselves, but they're making some serious extra money. And Dr. Mike is one of them. And so, sir, we're glad to have you here today. Welcome, congratulations again for becoming the newest Millionaire Club earner with UIGI.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's an honor to be joined the group.
Wonderful. So let the folks know who are watching. Where are you from? What do you do? We know you're a doctor. What type of doctor are you? We'd like to get to know you a little bit better.
Sure. I'm a practicing dentist for 25 years in the state of Indiana. And I'm a general dentist, but most of my practice focus on the TMJ and helping people with headaches, migraine, that part of my practice, which is very fascinating because I can change a lot of people's life, and I enjoy what I do. And I was introduced to the UIG investment through the friend, and which is a patient of mine, and he is a good friend and introduced to me look at to this.
Wow. So it's safe to say if someone's watching right now and they have a dentist, they have a doctor, they have a chiropractor or whatever, they should tell them about UIGI, huh?
Definitely. This a lot of the time in my profession, we do investment, but because of our status, we are hesitating to do a lot of talking to the peoples and stuff, because of the nature of the work we do. But I started this one for myself, and because I do a lot of investment, and Andre, my friend, introduced me to this, and I just look at it for myself and my family. And then I see it can be very lucrative, very good. That way I started talking to some of my friends, which they trust me. And then that one opened up a window for them and for me.
Wow. And it's a wonderful thing, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Congratulations. And see, that's a big deal. I don't know about you, but I trust the words of my doctors. Okay. Anybody who's working on my body, or helping me with ailments, I trust their words because doctors and they're high professions that have to be held to a certain code of ethics. And that's a big deal,
And as I said, this is one of the things, it's has to be somebody I can trust or trust me to do that, because it's the pipe, because I don't want anybody influencing. I'm using my relation with them to influencing something. I try to get advance of them or something here, because a lot of people, they are very literate about the cryptocurrency, and a negative thought in it, and a lot of people they thinking, oh, it's just another marketing. He's just thinking about himself. I don't want it that. This is the reason I want to stay that relation, doctor relation, trust. But what I'm doing is just doing it with the people. They know me, they trust, and that one become very good for me because of people. They know me personally. When I talk to them about those opportunities, they are much open-minded to look to it.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That is great to hear. So here's a couple of questions I always ask everybody during the interview. Well, first of all, can't wait to meet you in person, face to face in Orlando. Going to have an incredible ring. They're amazing. I'll have mine within the next couple of weeks or so. So you guys will be able to see it, but you'll have yours in October, and I'm excited for you for that. So again, congratulations. So here's some questions I always ask folks who've achieved this level. And for those who are watching, you don't make it to the Millionaire Club Circle unless you've made money for you and your family. And Dr. Mike, is it safe to say that you and your family made some good money with UIGI?
Yes, we do.
Wonderful.
And as I said, this for me is a big investment I did because it's something back in the December last year when I heard about the cryptocurrency, about the Daisy, and I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I know about the stock market, other investment, but never know about the cryptocurrency. Completely literate. But as I said, with the trust of the friend, he told me, jump on this, and I jumped, and I don't regret it. It's been a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes I did, but learn a lot, and I'm very confident right now because of because of UIG. The reason I joined them because you guys invested a lot of time to look at the platforms you bring in, that way they take a lot of guesswork away because I know you're talking with a lot of leaders and having connection with you, responding to us, I know it's the right decision to do.
Wonderful. Yeah, we have, you're correct. We have to use our resources because whenever a platform comes to me, and they typically come from someone in the group, I trust the person who's bringing me the platform. However, I got to make sure that we trust the platform. And that means sometimes it means sleepless nights. It means traveling around the world, around the country to meet with people face to face. It means Zooms, all different type of the days. It means them showing us their financials and things of that nature to the best of our ability to make sure that we don't co-sign anything that's junk.
Yeah, this is really admire about you because for you is not about money anymore. It's more about building this relation and trusting people. They trust you you just like become the lamplighter, to this path, you're just going over there, look at it, invest it, look at a lot of your time. And then the people, they join you, they trust you. This is the reason a big family we are here. As I said, it's a social club, it's as a friend, we exchanging the ideas. That's something we try to sell something.
I would agree. Well, thank you for that first. And I would say I would agree. I appreciate that big time. All right. So here's a couple of questions I love to ask. Out of all the phases, and we have some more that's coming down the pike, some real strong ones I'm excited about. What's your favorite phase?
I really love Daisy because it's really being from the beginning with it, with all the challenges they have, from the open up in the January for a few days, they close it, and it's a lot of things. I go with it, and the same first step, I joined the cryptocurrency. I love the clarity they have. If they have a problem, they come talk about this. They are not hiding anything, and I really have a lot of respect for Jeremy and the other guys. They being very open about this. If the problem is, they can it, and this is the reason. Few months March to restart it again. It was all complicated. That's a really, I love Daisy, and I'm really thinking about this as a big things is going to happen for a lot of people being patient with this. With the other opportunities is come with the Daisy, and I really thinking this is going to be huge. And a lot of people, they thinking they are late. No, this is just the beginning. As always, Jeremy said in the other update, and you mentioned it because when you went to Dubai, you're talking with Jeremy. They said this is the beginning of the path, the daisy going, and I really believe in that, and I highly recommend that a lot of people look to this.
I agree.
The other ones like a EIFI, that's a huge, I remember when you mentioned investing, it was a 10 cents. By the time I get to it, it's like a 24 cents, it's just, you can see how much is growing. It's exciting, and this is, I think, is based off the trust. When you saying it, we don't doubt about it, we jump on it.
Wow, I appreciate that. Well, Jeremy, speaking of Jeremy, my daughter and one of her friends, they're with Uncle Jeremy right now. He's picking them up from the airport in LA with one of his nice cars. And so they're out there hanging out with Uncle Jeremy and Aunt Yumita right now. So, it's a big family, as you said. So cool. So we like Daisy. I like Daisy too. And I know you've been looking at your fund the last couple of days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's amazing. Some people, they join it and then they're late they saw go to the negative. They are so worried about it. And I told them, this is something you invested, forget about it. Just let it turn. And the Bitcoin dropping from 66,000 dropped to the 27,000. You just look at it that way. It's just like any investment, right? And it's a lot of people investing in the stock market. Price of Amazon, Tesla, all that go up and down, but you're not worried about it because it's a solid company here. It's the same thing here. I think if you're investing in the right thing, in the long term, you'll be happy you do.
I agree 110%. 110%. So with that said, I talk about this, I always ask this question, and I get all different type of answers, and every answer is a good answer. What do you think about the 1/3 rule? Are you implementing it? Are you teaching some of your folks to implement it? And I'm assuming you're probably more well off than the average person, but how's the 1/3 rule work for you?
I always believing on that, even before this because investing with the stock market or other real estate, anything you do is always you have to apply the 1/3 rule, because that way you don't put it in the situation end of the year, because of the tax. I believe in the paying tax is the rewarding, because of you gain money.
That's right.
Your portion, because not somebody took it from you, is just because of you being well off, rewarded, and then you put your portion to helping the society, helping everybody.
Wonderful. Great answer. This is a good interview. And see, it's always a joy for me when I get a chance to interview all type of people. But I will say, when we interview intellectuals, and everyone's an intellectual in their own right, but when folks are very well read and well studied and they've invested in other things in the past, it makes the journey with UIGI that much easier and that much more fun, in my opinion anyway. So here's one for you. What would you tell a colleague or someone who just joined UIGI, someone who found us on Facebook, someone who was introduced by a friend? What advice would you give them?
If somebody like me being 25 years in a doctor, I investing every year and always working with the financial advisor. And the first thing they tell you always diversify. They don't want you to investing just in technology. They don't want you just investing on the bank sector. Everything, they all the time some diversify. And I think this is another diversification you can put to your portfolio, which is the future. I think the cryptocurrency is not going to go anywhere. It's going to be here. And you can see a lot of platforms they come. You can see the way money is exchanging, all the banks and everything, I think, is moving to this platform. And just look at it as a diversification. Put part of your investment on this one, and very soon you can see the reward of it.
I love it. Perfect answer. As you know, I talk about diversification all the time when it pertains to our phases. We do our best job when people bring things to us to make sure we vet it out, make sure it's good. But it's very important to diversify, because you see the one that we once had that didn't, they weren't doing any trading, trying case. thank God we had diversified, because if people are just focused on one thing, when something happens, they're pissed off.
Even in the crypto world, one thing I like about your UIGI is we have like right now 11, 12 active platforms. You can choose, do you want to be involved with all 12, or you choose 3, 4 at least, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Because if one of them goes belly, you have the other ones, there is no guarantee in the cryptocurrencies here. Yes, it's a risky, yes, but rewarding is a lot too. This is the reason the diversification, even in the platform. And one thing I like about, again, UIGI, they give you a lot of solid companies like Amazon or Walmart store, the CFX, mortgage, and then there is some, more potential reward like the Tron case. Tron case is but very good for a lot of people, but if you follow the 1/3 rule and you draw and reinvest, withdraw, I think a lot of people, they did it, they didn't even lose. That one, I think, is, again, diversification is a big deal.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, hey, for those who are watching, we have Dr. Mike Deldar, and I'm saying I pronounced that right, Deldar, correct?
Exactly the way you write it, you pronounce it, yes.
Perfect, perfect. 25 years in the dental industry, phenomenal gentleman. I've had a chance to, we've had a chance to converse back and forth via text and everything. This is our first time, via Zoom, and we will meet each other in person in Orlando. But listen, if you have a doctor, listen to me, guys. If you are a doctor, if you are, an intellectual, if you're someone who's very well versed in your profession, you need to follow Dr. Deldar. You need to inbox him on Facebook. Ask him some questions about UIGI. See, prior to UIGI, if you hear his story, he's understood investing for years. He's looking at the crypto space, and we're taking his crypto space. And as he mentioned, we have some other solid traditional platforms with Amazon and mortgage notes, blah, blah, blah. But the crypto space is the future. And you've heard it from, one of our own doctors here. And so it's a pleasure to have you today, sir. For those who are watching, follow him, inbox him, reach out to him, ask him questions. He's sharp as a tack, and he'll be here to help you get involved with UIGI. So before we close, any other words of wisdom that you'd like to share with folks out there? And again, congratulations for being the newest Millionaire Club Circle earner with UIGI. But any other advice you'd like to give before we close out?
I greatly appreciate. I really admire. I'm very grateful to Andre to introduce me to this, and we developed very big relation through this together. We know each other for a long time, but a lot of nights, weekends, we talk at each other, we helping each other, and a strong relation we build up through this. And it's just a matter of, as I said, you join to the group you trust, and then follow the UIGI. Your leadership is really helping a lot of people making a lot of money. And as I said, follow the 1/3 rule. Don't get excited or get money. No, put 1/3 for the tax, 1/3 reinvestment, 1/3 enjoy it. This is the reason. If you follow that one and look at the diversification, I think this is the rewarding part of this new adventure as far as the investment.
Wow. Well, hey, Doc, it's been a pleasure interviewing you. Thank you for your wisdom. Can't wait again to meet you in Orlando. I'll be able to glean some more wisdom for you in person, from you rather. And so just thank you. Congratulations again. And you enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Thank you, Rabu. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
All right. Talk to you later on. Tell Andre I said hi.
Sure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.